What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Bolts Comics some more. I'm Alex. Right now, as I'm speaking, my 7th episode for Pokemon Red should be uploading and uploaded by the time this video is uploaded. So be sure to check that series out that I've started, and also be sure to let me know what you guys think about it so far. If you guys like it, if you guys don't, if there's something that you wish I would be doing different with it, just let me know in the comments below, and definitely try to work on that. So today, though, what I'm going to do is I'm kind of wanting to get another comic book video out there, because I know I haven't done one in a little bit, or in a few days. So quick shout out though to Bethany. She just started her first YouTube channel called Foxy Girl 829, capital F on the Foxy, space, capital G on the girl, and then 829 right after, and girl spelled G-U-R-L, and Foxy is F-O-X-X-I-E. So definitely be sure to look her up. She just started her intro video, so hopefully she's going to get some videos up soon. She's going to be doing some gaming stuff and everything. So definitely check her out. It's been a while, but I'm going to give a shout out to Corey Flad. Definitely check out his videos. He does some movie reviews and stuff like that, and I know he's given me a couple shout outs here recently, so I'm just going to return the favor, say hey Corey, and definitely check out his videos. So anyway, to get started with today, in case you can't tell by my shirt, I'm going to bug you a little bit today. I just picked up the final, well, one of the final, I think they're going to come out with a 801, but just picked up yesterday Spider-Man number 800, The Amazing Spider-Man number 800. Excellent series. It's going to completely change. If you remember when I showed you the Free Comic Book Day comic for Spider-Man in one of my other videos, that's a whole new direction that they're taking with that series. I mean, he's still going to be your, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, helping out people and stuff like that. But basically, it's a whole new series, a whole new, I want to say it's a whole new writer and a whole new artist. Like, the whole point of them doing this last series called Going Down Swinging was basically their way of saying, hey, we're going out, Spider-Man's going to be coming out with a number 1, and we got a Free Comic Book Day thing going on to kick that off. We're good, but we're not going to go down easy. So the whole series Going Down Swinging picks up right after Code Red, which also picks up, well, there's an annual, number 41, I believe. Now, here, let me just show you them. All these here starts, the whole story here will actually start off with Threat Level Red, not Code Red, Threat Level Red, Part 1. And this is Marvel Legacy number 794. That actually picks up after the series for the Spider-Man Venom crossover, Venom Incorporated. And that is also a very awesome story to start reading, especially if you're a big Venom fan. And more or less recently, I've been kind of on a Venom kick, I guess. And it's, I think it's because, the new Venom movie's coming out and everything. So I'll definitely start getting into more Venom stories here soon. But yeah, this whole business with The Amazing Spider-Man number 800. This is a variant edition of it that I got from Alter Ego. Very awesome. They have all the different characters that Spidey has met, and fought against or loved, as you see there in the corner. So, I mean, it's just kind of, it's a really cool variant cover, and actually, this right here is also a variant edition, but it is also a second printing. 797 legacy number. This is the one where the Going Down Swinging storyline really kicks off. This is Go Down Swinging Part 1. The loose thread. So, Go Down Swinging, like I said, kicks off right after the Threat Level Red. And right in the middle of Threat Level Red, the annual happens. So this is the annual number 42. I'm sorry, I think I said 41 earlier. This is the Amazing Spider-Man annual number 42. Excellent story, has an excellent tie-in, and there are a couple things that happen that this storyline here does kind of clear up for the final piece for Threat Level Red, and does kind of answer some questions and does kind of help make the story a little bit more clear. So I definitely recommend getting the annual, reading that right before the final piece for Threat Level Red. And after number 800, Free Comic Book Day starts up. This is the Amazing Spider-Man. This is where the whole new direction is going to be taking place. And then on the back of it, you get to kind of follow the story for Infinity a little bit, and kind of see how the events for the new Infinity Wars that's coming out kind of transpire. So it's a very, very good read. Actually, I want to say there's going to be one more, just to kind of tie up everything. This number 800 for the Amazing Spider-Man, it actually is, if you can't tell while I'm trying to take it out of the cover, it is actually a lot thicker than just a normal comic book. Just to kind of give you a size comparison there. So number 800 is definitely a lot bigger. It has different chapters in it. Such as that. So there are different points in it where it'll have different chapters like that. But it does kind of end on the cliffhanger, and it does say next, number 801, Dan Slott's Farewell to the Amazing Spider-Man on sale 6/20/18. So there's that. That's actually going to be the final one. I don't know why it's not. There it goes. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's going to be the final one, and there's just the cover for it. Before the whole new Free Comic Book Day one starts, and before the whole new direction with that starts. So that's just kind of a little bit of the storyline to follow that I kind of want to talk about a little bit. Basically, it's all about Norman Osborn. He works very, very much behind the scenes in Threat Level Red. And actually, another thing to point out, Threat Level Red Part 1 is actually a Where is Wolverine special, which means at the very end there is like a post-credit scene type deal, where Logan makes his appearance. So, because Wolverine, he's back, he's alive, and all that, but that's a totally separate story. But I just thought I'd mention that if you are getting into the hunt for Wolverine, this Threat Level Red, that's another reason why I'd pick it up, because that is another Where is Wolverine special. So, anyway, yes, the story is all about Norman Osborn. He's in the back. Well, Threat Level Red is pretty much tying up a loose end that Spider-Man was fighting a while back ago. and that villain is the Zodiac. Basically, Zodiac was trapped into another dimension, and 365 days, 1 year later, he was released. That's just how the dimension worked. Like that's just how. Yeah, that's just how it worked. Like he got all of the knowledge that would happen between within the next year, but with that knowledge, Spider-Man had also trapped him inside this dimension for a year. Which again, that's a whole separate story that kind of happened way earlier before. I believe that happened even before Legacy. So I'll have to get into that story another time. But basically, the short version is that he's back, and he's trying to do one last thing. Like he has just a few moments before a precise 1 year hits. Like he has within an hour, I believe, before the clock strikes midnight and the 1 year hits, and he doesn't have any more information that would be valuable. All the information that he has now is history. So, like, before he got sealed up, he knew about Secret Empire. He knew about Civil War 2. He knew about all the stuff that was going to happen. But now, and of course, you know, Spider-Man saves the day and stops him from doing this last second thing. And all the meanwhile, though, Norman Osborn is in the background trying to come up with a way. Like, Spidey had canceled out the Goblin Serum, so now Norman Osborn can't turn into the Goblin. That was also a while back ago. But Norman finds a way in Carnage. He gets the Carnage symbiote, or symbiote, if you prefer the movie's translation. Anyway, yes, he gets the Carnage symbiote, and he absorbs it, and he works with Carnage. At first, Carnage just wants to take over, because Carnage is Carnage. Carnage is one of the most vicious of the symbiotes, just because he doesn't do it to sustain. He doesn't kill or murder or he doesn't do it to just sustain himself. He does it because he likes it. He does it because he wants to, because he gets pleasure out of it. And so he is one of the more dangerous of the symbiotes, for sure. But he ends up making a deal with Norman Osborn, because Norman ends up killing a couple of his people, or his guards, and so the Carnage is saying that he loves that, like he wants more of that feeling, and Norman said, well, if you put me in the driver's seat, I'll give you more. So yada yada yada, he gets the Carnage symbiote, and some more stuff behind the scenes happens, but again, the short version is the reason why they do the entire go down swinging part is Carnage gets rid of those antibodies that is protecting Norman from the Goblin Serum. Like, Norman craves to be crazy again, and he uses the Carnage to just throw all that stuff up, and now his body has access to that Goblin Serum again. Like, there's nothing holding it back now. So basically, all this stuff is happening behind the scenes in Threat Level Red and building up to Go Down Swinging. And in Go Down Swinging, he is the Red Goblin. So it's a Carnage Goblin type mix-up type deal. And he ends up, the number 800 actually is kind of the one that really sums it all up really well. Spider-Man does run into a bunch of problems and the ones before it, especially with Norman Osborn coming out, like his coming out of being the Red Goblin, but the most that like right before 800 and 790, 799 and 798. Well, the storyline actually starts with 797, but basically, Spider-Man ends up fighting with the Goblin King, and he's trying to save the Goblin King. Like this is a whole one big Goblin story, okay? If you haven't figured it out yet, but anyway, Goblin and symbiote, because also Flash is the agent anti-venom, because the Venom symbiote is with Eddie Brock, and Flash now has the anti-venom suit, and there's just a bunch of stuff that is now piling up. Like, okay, start fresh. So the Goblin King, in case you didn't know who the Goblin King was or what he looked like, he comes in and he's trying to steal some of this explosive metal that was actually introduced in the Spider-Man Annual number 42, and he ends up getting away with a chunk of it. Spider-Man ends up stopping him, but he ends up going after some of Norman's stuff, some of the original goblins, like classic pumpkin bombs, gliders, stuff like that, and he ends up running into Norman Osborn, and he's not afraid of him because he thinks that Norman still cannot access the Goblin Serum. He does not know about any of this stuff happening with him and the Carnage symbiote, because like I said, all that stuff happened in the background of Threat Level Red. So basically, well, Norman Osborn ends up killing the Goblin King, and long story short, Norman Osborn ends up completely, he does not kill Peter Parker, he kills Spider-Man. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but right now, I think that's about all the time I'm going to have. I will explain in the next video what I mean about him killing Spider-Man, but not really killing Peter Parker. So I'm going to leave you on a little bit of a cliffhanger here. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of stuff to kind of catch up on. Like I said, a lot of stuff has happened with Spider-Man ever since Legacy has started. So I definitely recommend reading it. It is such a good series, and I'll talk more about it in my next video. See you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.